What it is, y'all, it is your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back at you today with more Danmachi. Now, today we've got the weekly news, and there is some interesting stuff to discuss here towards the end. But first, let's get into what's actually new, and that is mostly going to be... Come on, there you go. Familia Rush. Sorry, it took a minute. It's like I'm clicking on the tab, and it's not going over. That's weird. Familia Rush is incoming, I believe, this week. So we have War Game this week. So we should also have Familia Rush towards the middle of the week. So if you guys are looking for a place in the Familia, we are going to be doing a hard recruitment. We kind of figured this was coming. This isn't new. This isn't a surprise by any stretch. And as you can expect, they are going to be plant units because our current units are plant our current units are plant killers. So if you've been pulling on these banners, you are in for a treat. I am going to have to do a little bit more aggressive summoning here, unfortunately. I went into this very light on Iris. Now, the good news is today is a good time to refresh Iris, but I've got things I need to do for tonight's Record Buster too, so we'll see. We shall see. I'm neither here nor there. Enemy number 1, Violas. Plant Killer is effective. Measures can be effective on all of these. They do physical attacks with no element. Physical attack, says Earth physical attack skills, so weird. So some will be Earth, some will be no element. That's going to be weird. Allies. Strength and agility increase. So in other words, it's going to increase strength and agility across the board for all the plants you're attacking. And guard rate increase. So we'd have units that can reduce strength, agility, and guard rate. So make sure you're using those skills wisely if you have them. Especially guard rate. Guard rate's going to be really, really, really important. You can go around strength. Agility just means they're attacking a little bit earlier in the turn. So those aren't end-of-the-world stuff. There's ways to get around strength and agility. Well, you just have to deal with that. But guard rate, you gotta take care of. Because if they guard, you're not going to be doing squat for damage. Okay? Remember, this is basically a raid event. You need to do a ton of damage to help your Familia out. Enemy resistances. Fire and Thunder are both up 20%. Earth, Water, Light, and Dark are 0. Wind is down 30. We could have kind of expected that. Physical resistance down 40 and magic is 0. So you want to use some wind physical units. We'll cover all this in tomorrow's video to get you ready for it. I believe it kicks off tomorrow, but yeah. So stay tuned. We'll cover this in a lot more detail tomorrow, but I want you to be aware of what's coming so you can start preparing. If you haven't been summoning, probably a good time to start summoning. I did kind of underrate some of the units in this, so we're going to talk about that. I feel like the units are better than we expected, and one unit is actually worse than expected. So I'm going to kind of do a rehash of last week's video. Familia Rush, enemy number 2, Red Fungus. Plant Killer is effective. Fire physical attack and fire magic attacks. They do poison, and they increase physical and magic resistance. So you got to get rid of that physical and magic resistance buff. Or debuff further, but if you can remove that, even better. Their resistances are fire and thunder up 20%, earth, light, dark 0, wind down 20, and water down 30. Physical and magic are 0. So, yeah, those are things. We'll cover more of this, like I said, in tomorrow's video. There's just a lot to get through today. Familia Rush, enemy number 3, Viscum. This is the big bad. This is the single target enemy. Plant Killer is effective. Fire physical attack and fire magic attack. Self, strength, and magic increase. You got to get rid of those strength and magic buffs. You got to get rid of those. This dude's going to be deadly when you get into the later rounds with those. Wind resist is up 30. Fire, earth, thunder, dark, and light are all 0. Water resistance is down 30. And magic resistance is also down 30. So magic wind units. Looking at that new Ryu, but to be fair, her SA isn't all there. So you're going to need more than just her. There is a really spectacular build you could put forth on this team. We'll probably cover that tomorrow in the video. I've got to make sure I put it together, but the new Ryu is going to be a really hard hitter in this, but she's not going to be the SA queen. She's probably, honestly, just going to spam skill 3 as much as possible. We're going to talk about all that in tomorrow's video. But yeah, so start planning, start preparing. That Ryu I need for my Record Buster team before today is out. So guys, tonight on the stream, I'm going to be working hard towards that. Master of Familia Wargame is happening. It says on 12/20. So start planning, start preparing. We need to last Wednesday, in fact, we were looking at the new units. We were working on them for wargame teams, and turns out they're better for wargame than I ever anticipated. So, we're gonna have to discuss that, because that is gonna be a game changer in wargame. We have wargaming coming this week, so we're really gonna need to talk about that probably tomorrow morning. Familia wargame changes, okay? Hero League until 128th place. We talked about this last week. Jester League for 129 to 256. No changes for all the other leagues. Special arrangements for Hero League. Familias have fewer than 30 members will have their ranks reinforced by up to 30 by NPC characters. In other words, those single bells that have no levels. So what they're going to do is, rather than like going into Familia Wargame with like 26 really awesome units, you have 26 really awesome units and 4 feeders. So you gotta have your 30 units. Yeah, that is kinda crap. So before Familia Wargame kicks off, we gonna need to bolster some teams, I think. Master of Familia Wargame. So this Thursday, is Ultimate Wargame Season 1. That's actually Wednesday for us. It should kick off Wednesday evening. So, guys, you're going to need to be diligent on this war game. Not only is this going to give us Irish rewards, but this is going to be our ranking for going into the Familia war game. So, yeah, that is going to be really important. Time to actually start working for real on some war game teams. I know I've needed to for quite a bit of time. Familia Wargame Season 10 kicks off Friday, the 11th, so next week, and then basically from there we're going to move into the different levels, the different things going on in Master of Familia Wargame, which is that the big one, the one where the top familias fight and rank. That one is going to kick off on the 20th. So, no, Familia Wargame's not going to go for 10 days. They're basically just saying that you could start doing your prelims and your preps and things like that on Friday, and then probably like the following Monday is when the Ultimate Wargame, or I'd say Familia Wargame, will probably actually then kick off. We'll see all that here on the map. All right, so we are looking at today is Tuesday the 1st. Now, remember, all this is in... normally this is actually all in JP time, but I feel like this is actually in like Pacific, I think. Not 100% certain. We'll have to see when Familia Rush kicks off at the end of the week, but I'm expecting Familia Rush on Friday, not Thursday. I don't know. We're looking like right there. So, since Familia Rush kicks off on the 3rd, I'm expecting that on the 2nd. Ultimate Wargame will kick off on the 2nd. Nothing new there. That's going to be the same thing we've always had. Allowed to leave Familias for basically 2 days, and then Familia Wargame Season 10 kicks off. So we have those 2 days to fix any problems with the fam. Alright, now, Familia Wargame Season 10 will be from that Friday, that is the 11th, based until the 26th, okay? Now, it says we cannot leave Familias from the 16th to the 20th, and basically once the Master of Familia Wargame kicks off, we won't be able to leave either. But then the Master of Familia Wargame kicks off on the 20th. So, even when Familia Wargame's over, they're going to be doing the ranking, they're going to be doing all this. They're going to be preparing for that Master of Familia Wargame. Now, if you weren't here for the last Master of Familia Wargame, basically the top 16 Familias as a whole are going to go into this final round. Those of us that are not top 16, basically we still get like, we're probably going to have Wargame that week. Record Buster, take it back. We're going to have, see, we got Wargame this week. We'll probably have Record Buster. Usually during Familia Wargame, we have non-ranking Wargame. I don't know, we'll see. But we'll have, either Record Buster or Wargame or something like that. We always have something going on. But we'll be able to basically bet on which Familias are going to go on to the finish. You could rake in, or you could do like I did last year and get completely shafted. It's really, really, really it's a time where you really need to pay attention to your familias. You really need to have a lot of inner familia talk, because a lot of the predictions were right, and a lot of what it looked like in game was wrong. So it's really interesting. A lot of Master of Familia Wargame comes down to interfamilia, basically strategy and synergy. And so the familias that are a lot more, maybe less aggressive, but more cohesive, I guess you could say, they tend to do better. So last year, I think the favorite familia won it, but last time we had Master Familia Wargame, the favorite familia won it, but it wasn't the familia that a lot of us thought was going to win it. So very interesting, very interesting. So we'll talk about all that when it gets closer to. I will not put my predictions in a video, so don't expect that, because I was way off last year, and I'm not going to have anybody losing all their iris because of me. Held as a pre-round for Familia Wargame. So in other words, the Wargame this week, the Wargame is kicking off tomorrow, is a pre-round. You need to be diligent about this. I've kind of been lazy about the last few Wargames, and this is one where I'm going to have to be deadly serious. We're finally getting the Heroic Trials for Anakitty, and I believe that's the Soma's the assist on here. Always get the assists if you can, guys. They really work out great. I've been very fortunate about my pulls on the other banner, on the opposing banner. Unfortunately, I've not pulled a lot of reuse, which is what I wanted, but I have pulled a ton of the Leafia units. So I look like I'm going to be going into Wargame with a MLB Leafia. We'll see how that works out. Neither here nor there. 7th Zone is back. We don't know the typing. We'll know the typing probably tomorrow. Clear time bonus doubled for 4 weeks in a row. So in other words, I believe this week is the last doubled week. So make sure you guys are doing your 7th zones. I released a video about it on Sunday. I was supposed to release another video yesterday, but I didn't get a chance to get it out because, well, we lost power last night. So I should hopefully get that out this afternoon. The F7 zone, will, I believe, ends tonight, so make sure you get all your stuff in. 7th zone and Record Buster should end this evening, so make sure you get your final runs in, guys. I will release that video, but you will probably not get notifications. We've been getting sparse notifications, and I've got a lot of videos planned for today, so if you don't receive the notifications, check the channel, guys. The video should be out. I absolutely did S-clear it with, it was a mixed team. It was wind and a couple other elements, but we did S-clear it. You don't need the other team. They do just fine, so I'll cover that video later on today. Danmachi Season 3 Anime Bundle. We're getting another one of these bundles. Anime 4-star guaranteed draw ticket 3. That's not a 3 ticket, I believe. That's just literally the 3rd ticket they've given it for us. Ascension Fauna times 10, 11 draw ticket. Hero Fauna times 15. God, I need that. 6 types of medium fauna. Weird. Okay. 6 types of medium fauna. This should be a fairly inexpensive bundle. Probably, I'm going to guess 400 iris. 400 paid iris, obviously. These bundles are always paid iris. So that's a new bundle. That's incoming later on. Iris combo for sale. Don't worry about these. These are garbage. They're overpriced. Until they drop that 400 iris down to $20 and this 800 down to $40, leave these alone, guys. This is just not worthwhile. Anime Danmachi Season 3. Okay, so maybe I undervalued it a little bit. This one's currently $40. It could be $30 and would be a much better value. I really think 25 is a better value. Give us, a one-time $20 400 iris with a $5 hero light, okay? Then value this one at like $50. That'd be perfect. Like, this is clearly then going to be a better value, but this is just way too expensive. 5 hero lights are not worth $20. All right. Anime Danmachi Season Episode 10 will be airing this weekend. Play Danmemo right after the episode, blah, 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 for the 11 draw ticket incoming to this weekend. Here is our unit. And it's not confirmed, but it looks like it's going to be Wealth. You can kind of tell there's subtle nuances here. And those look like his magic sword, or at least his magic sword that he was showcasing the other episode. He said he made 4 of them, so if it's not an exact match, it looks like Wealth, guys. It looks like Wealth. I mean, you can kind of... You can overlay some of the other pictures. You can kind of see the similarities. I'm not going to go into it. That's just my prediction. But that's what I think. Now, here's a fun one. we've been talking about this a lot lately. If you guys were here during the anniversary, we were given a vote on what new units were coming to Danmachi, and we finally have our first peeks at what's coming, okay? So this is all the stuff ending. We already talked about that. It says Wednesday, it's ending tonight, so finish your stuff up tonight. These are 3 of the test arts for the Hestia unit. These are not final units. These are just kind of test arts. And these are 3 for eyes. We'll put these on the Discord. You guys can vote what you like. But yeah, these are not the final units, guys. These are just 3 little test arts. Looks like they're really planning for this. We don't have the Argo Bell unit, but we'll see how that works out. That's it, guys. A lot to talk about. Iris combo. Don't worry about that. Heroic Trials. Intoxicating Battle Inferno. 7th Zone. Ultimate War Games. Familia Rush. Looks like says it's kicking off Thursday, but I'm expecting it tomorrow. Lots and lots and lots and lots of stuff, guys. All this stuff is happening this week, and it's time to get serious about joining a Familia. We are doing a big Familia push for all the Chestia fams. If you need a Familia, there's a Familia application guide. Make sure you fill it out. I'm going to be very aggressive about it this week, and we're going to be filling up all of our slots before Friday. So make sure you get in. I know I've said that before, but we're going to be very aggressive about it this week. We're going to get everything in before Friday. So for now, that is going to be the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. Join the 2 Discords that we've got down there. The one for My Familia and general Danmachi stuff is the Cruise Suspension Bridge for Venezuela. We also part of the Gardens. So make sure you join both of them. Both have a lot of information for Danmachi. Both are very useful, very good Discords. I wouldn't promote if they weren't. Like, comment, share. Catch you guys on the next one.